SafeSpace, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that SafeSpace has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the SafeSpace private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the SafeSpace universe has to offer.
My people, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. Let there be light. And so it is. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all are well. We got a very we got a heck of a show for us today. It's not going to be heavy as relates to content. We're going to go through the court transcripts, if you will, given by a reporter on Twitter of the testimony of Cassie. It's quite sad, to be honest with you. It's hard to believe this is going on. I'll say this real quick, too. You would have thought I was going on Twitter to set up the screen share, and y'all, I saw that Halle Baily or whatever her name is, put a restraining order out on DDG because he was hitting on her. What's going on? So there's definitely something out in the water, y'all. Let's read this video description for today. We're back live to break down the latest updates in the explosive Diddy trial, and it's only getting darker. New details from the courtroom are shaking the public, raising questions about power, silence, and the systems that protect abuse. In this episode, we're diving in, fresh updates from today's testimony, what Cassie's story exposed, and what's being ignored. Why this case isn't just about Diddy, it's about how we define love, power, and survival, how the defense is spinning abuse into lifestyle choices, and what this means for us as a culture, community, and society. Tap in. We'll have a good show today, all right? Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to go read the comments real quick. We'll go on commercial break, give some announcements. We're going to jump straight into this. This should not be a long show today, but we'll see. When we see. Let's see what the comments are saying. Of course, she did 1406. How are you? Hey, Fran Drew, how you doing? Hope you're well. Daryl, what up with you? What up with you, LaQuique? How you be? Andrea, Cohort 5, Recash, how are y'all doing today? Hey, Alex, how you doing, man? Hope you're good. Right, shake my head. Ain't it crazy? Hey, Cookie, how are you doing today? I hope you're good. Let's see here. I am Talisa says Diddy is not. Yeah, I have nothing, man. When I say I have nothing, I have nothing. This is going to be interesting. So let's put our seatbelts on. Hey, Angel Heart, how are you doing? I hope you're well as well. Okay. Before we go to break, though, let's look at this. Let's look because I just saw it, y'all. When hold on, I just saw it when I was getting the thing ready. So I'm interested in this DDG thing. Hold on one second here. Hold on one second. Let's see what this is because this is sort of hot off the press. Okay. I'm sharing now. Hold on. Let me go here. Remove. All right, let's read this together real quick. We're starting a little hot. Halle Baily was issued a restraining order after claiming DDG physically attacked her multiple times. And Doxia claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. And Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car, B." Halle said the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they would take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to accompany her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her injuries in her request for a restraining order. The judge granted Halle a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. Wow. DDG also has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Oh, wow. Halle claims that her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. Let's look at the pics. That's the bruises on her arm, according to TMZ. I can't hardly see them nonetheless. Oh, that's her chipped tooth. What's this? Darrow. So not him texting her. These men are nuts. He's texting her pictures being on vacation, talking about this foul bet. You think you hurt my feelings when you really just ruining your own image. This is horrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation. Happy Mother's Day. But just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. I'm on the same ish. Well, Jesus. Jesus Christ. I mean, what's going on with the fellas? Men, are we all right? Men, are we all right? Because even if, oh, thank you so much for giving. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Even if she was manipulating, holding his baby, DDG has enough money to go to court. It's not like they're the basic male and female baby daddy, baby mama situation, and ain't nobody got no means. He could have been took that lady to court. But you fighting? And the reality is he does use his baby, and he has been dropping little breadcrumbs, getting everybody stirred up against her. The problem is, stupido, even if she was the aggressor, if you don't have proof by virtue of you being the male, it's going to look like you're wrong. You didn't handle this right. If I had chipped my famous girlfriend's tooth, I am not breadcrumbing negativity against her. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so, and not to get ahead of myself, but that's a lot of what I want to talk about today. Matter of fact, let's just jump into it, y'all. Let's just jump. Can we jump real quick? Because this I just saw too before we got to this right here. And why in the world anybody with good common sense would be okay with Diddy's young daughters being in that courtroom? For the life of me, I don't know. We haven't even got started with the show. This is the appetizer. For the life of me, I don't know. Who thought it was a good idea for these young women to be there? Now, I can see them little nappy head boys. One of them already was acting like the daddy. One of them done forgot who his daddy is. And then you got Justin. This irritated me today because it's almost like sacrificing your daughters for the image of solidarity. Now, one would say he don't care about women in the first place, right? Right. But Lord, it's like somebody have common sense, because this is not a good look. So, okay, Jonathan. All right. He doesn't care about those kids. They're going to see it anyway. But I think it's one thing to, because this is, all right, matter of fact, all right, let's stop here. Let's pause. Let's go to break. Let's do some announcements. Then we'll read this transcript. I know they left early. I don't necessarily know when they left, but I know they left early. And I don't know. We're living in some weird times. I know y'all were going in on the comments. Let me see what is going on with these boys. First, Keke Palmer and her baby daddy, and now Halle and this guy. Shake my head. A shame children are in the mix. Right. I absolutely agree. Hey, Tim Jones, how you doing? Rihanna done had 3 kids by a man who won't marry her. It's a trap. Oh, Lord. That's boy behavior to me. Putting your hands on a woman, the mother of your child. Especially, let me tell you this. Now, it's one thing. Y'all, we're a little bit all over the place today. We haven't even really got started with the show. But let's go back here real quick, okay? Real quick. Hold on. This one here. It is one thing to, your girl is irate. Your ex is irate, right? So, you shake her a little bit. Stop. Push her off a little bit. But when you are ramming her head into the steering wheel, you've lost control. You've lost control. Mind you, this is going on in front of the child. Yeah, I don't, for the life of me. WTH is going on with these men, right? Right. DDG's only content is Halle and Halo. It's almost as if, see, I don't want to get into the breakdown of this because we're going to make, she has always been too good for DDG. Yeah, a lot of people did not understand why she was even dating him. Now, DDG can hold his own. He's a bit of a hybrid streamer / music guy, whatever. But he ain't no Halle Baily. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. And he didn't act right. But sooner or later, though, I need to say this, and then we got to go to break, y'all. Sooner or later, though, after the dust settle, we got to then go to these women and be like, yo, why you even go that direction? You like Beyonce's goddaughter. You couldn't do better? Now, on the opposite end, let me say this, on the opposite end, these are young people, and they do need the chance to grow into themselves. So I can see it on all fronts. All right. Woo. Okay, we're going to have a good one today. We're going to have a good one today. DDG been coming online with that baby a lot to show that he's a good dad. Yeah, it's making me think this album drop, this press he's been doing has been trying to get in front of this drop with what Halle just did. And that's not going to work at all. All right, y'all, we are going to go on break real quick. And then when we come back, we're going to go over Cassie's testimony. I'm going to tell you right now, trigger alert, if you have been abused emotionally, physically, spiritually, verbally, you might want to think twice about hanging around if you have not saw or heard about this testimony, because we're going to go over the entire thing. Now, we won't go over the whole. We'll only go over Cassie's alone. We won't go over the stripper guy. No need for all of that. All right. All right. Y'all don't go nowhere. We will be right back.
SafeSpace, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that SafeSpace has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the SafeSpace private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the SafeSpace universe has to offer.
All right. Thank you so much for rocking with your boy. Hi, my name is V Terrell Hill, and this is SafeSpace with V Terrell Hill. I come live and or drop content Monday through Friday. The lives will be 9:30 Monday through Thursday, 6:30 on Friday, Eastern Standard Time. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. All right. Let's see here. Thank you so much for those of you who have given. Thank you so much for those of you who have given. One has given already. I just need 9 of you to send $10 to help us reach our goal. I ask this every time I go live. The Cash App is SafeSpace VTH. The PayPal and Zelle is info@vterrellhill.com. And the Venmo is @vterrellhill. SafeSpace VTH is the Cash App. Info@vterrellhill.com is the PayPal and Zelle. And Venmo is @vterrellhill. Send me something nice. I open something nice. P.O. Box 221, Wissit, North Carolina 27377. P.O. Box 221, Wissit, North Carolina 27377. Send me something nice. I will open something nice. Join the private community. It's only $2.99 a month. I don't even know what to tell you. It's the best private community I've ever known existed. And I've been a part of a couple of them. It is a dope private community. It's $2.99. You can click the Linktree link in the video description box of the video you're watching. If you're on YouTube, desktop or laptop, there's a join button up under the video. The moderators are putting the YouTube link in the comments as well. I want to remind the moderators, got to know the nature of habit, the force of habit. I want to remind the moderators for the YouTube link and not the Linktree link, okay? What else? Do me a favor. You can always reach out to me, info@vterrellhill.com. Info@vterrellhill.com. I respond to all emails. I'll be batching them out real soon. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's see here. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. There's 46 likes. I would love for us to be at 75 likes by the time we get to the break. All right, 75 likes by the time we get to the break. Well, you Facebook folks, go ahead and hit that like button for me as well. Appreciate you in advance. What do we have here? Let's see. Oh, thank you so much, T Coop. This weekend, I'll either leave early Saturday morning or late Friday. I want to do a Monday through Friday lives, so it'll probably be Saturday morning. So I will be in Atlanta this weekend. All right. Now everybody knows my business. But thank you for the $10. I just need 8 of you all to do it now. All right. 8 of you all to support. Are y'all ready to rock and roll? Are y'all ready to rock and roll? I appreciate you in advance. Lord have mercy. I didn't want to do that here. All right, let's get into it. As you all know, the trials are on. Now, for those of you guys that might not be familiar with this platform, this is SafeSpace. So we combine a lot of different approaches to content: spiritual approach, a very practical approach, emotional approach, a messy approach. We do all of the approaches. I do want to ask you all, those of you all who, yes, thank you, Recash. Let's put this trigger warning up. Those of you all who, do y'all feel anything spiritual with what's going on? I remember when the night Diddy got arrested, I was live as per normal. And I said, watch Diddy. Watch Diddy. Diddy is going to be like the forerunner of this kind of chain of events of exposure and people getting caught. Not knowing about 2 hours later, it will be breaking news that Diddy got arrested. And thank you so much. I just need 7 of you guys now to give. And then we went live again that night. So I'm interested in whatever. I'm interested in what you guys feel from a spiritual perspective, and maybe we'll go live in the private community tonight and talk about that. But if you feel so inclined, put it in the comments. Do y'all think there's something more spiritual, like this kind of window of exposure that started in 2024, late 2023, and happening now? Do you think this is a one-off? What do you all think? All right, are y'all ready to get into this? Lord have mercy. This testimony here. Let's go. I'm going to drop me down here. Am I covering me? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Oh, there I am. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I just need 6 of you now. Thank y'all so much. All right. So before they started questioning her, Diddy's lawyers wanted Mr. Fine, Cassie's now husband, to not be in the courtroom while she was being, I want to say interviewed, but not interviewed, questioned. Why was she was on trial or whatever? Y'all know what I'm saying. So they went back and forth about that. And let's get into it. Can y'all see this properly? All right, good. It's seen properly. All rise. AUSA Johnson. The government calls Cassandra Ventura. She takes a stand extremely pregnant. Now, that's the thing I want to start off by saying. And if y'all saw my pre-record, when y'all saw my pre-record, I told y'all this is generational trauma 101. Here this lady is about to carry this baby full term. Full term. And she's having to relive this horrific experience in the public eye. Y'all think that don't have, do y'all really believe that baby is not affected by this toxicity? And I hope that Cassie and her husband are up on game how this works. You ain't carrying no baby in your body as you're talking and processing during all of this, and that baby potentially not be affected. That's just what I believe, all right? Nonetheless, oh, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for giving. I just need 5 of you guys now to give. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. All right, let's keep on going. How old are you? She says 38. What is you work? What is your work? Musician and entertainer. How long were you with Sean? She says 10 years. Whew. Now, he says, did you get in arguments? She says, yes, it would result in violence, dragging. What else did he do? Stomp me in the head if I was down. How frequently was he violent? Too frequently. I would get black eyes and bruises. Now, this, just for context, is the greater part of 10 years. Let's keep on going. AUSA Johnson says, let me show you a video, the LA Hotel elevator lobby show. Now, that was the video that was released of him stomping her and dragging her in that hotel floor lobby. Where is this? The Intercontinental in Los Angeles. It was after a freak-off. Now, the thing about these freak-offs is they last a while. So can you imagine how weak she is trying to get away? She's been drugged, having sex at the least for hours, and now you're getting beat down by Sean P. Diddy Combs? What does that entail? The hiring of an escort, setting it up. AUSA says, how did you feel when he first asked for it? Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy. Did you agree to one when he first proposed one? Yes. Then there was more. It was something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently. And I think this is where people get confused, because when you have been manipulated, when you have been put up under the control of someone, you will do almost anything to make them happy. So there was a part of her that was excited to do this with her new, fresh, secret lover at the time. I didn't know what no could turn into. Oh, hold on. Did you agree to, oh, yeah. I didn't know what no could turn into. What do you mean? Making him angry? What were you afraid would happen if you said no? Though time he had blackmail materials. Through time he had blackmail materials. What did you give the government? She says laptops. I've handed up GX-B. Do you recognize it? Yes, I reviewed this drive. It has communication and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs. Did you review photos on it? Yes. What is this photo? Me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan. When did you sign with Bad Boy Records? 2006. It was a 10-album deal. Now listen, a 10-album deal? It's almost as if Sean P. Diddy Combs, from the beginning, knew he was going to wrap this child's life up, presumably for the rest of her life. Who in the world can complete a 10-album deal? Unless you like legendary status, everybody love you, but that's a long time in your career. Did you release any after late 2006? No. Who is on this photo? Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me and the mother of his children. When did you celebrate your birthday in this photo? Where did you celebrate? In Las Vegas. Carrie Morgan was there too. We are out on his patio on my 21st birthday, VMAs. What happened then? Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to my hotel. I told Carrie. When you got back to New York, I'd visit him, she says, in the Trump Hotel in Columbus Circle. His apartment was being renovated. Where were you going? What were you going with your music career? Trying to come up with the concept. Sean called all the shots. Now, I want to say this. How many of y'all believe Terry Morgan knew what was going on? How many of y'all believe that at the very least, Terry Morgan was on game of what all this was about? And just for good measure, Terry Morgan go all the way to hell. Nonetheless. What is the age difference between you and Sean? 17 years. How did you feel when Sean invited you to hotels? Nervous, excitement. We're going to talk about music. He introduced me to oral sex. I didn't understand it. So this is giving that she was also very sexually green if she didn't understand oral sex. AUSA, did you visit Sean in Miami? Yes, I went with Carrie Morgan and Dallas Austin. That's another name. How many of y'all believe Dallas Austin did or did not know what was going on? What did you and Sean do together? Sexual intercourse. He gave me blue dolphin ecstasy on a boat. Had you once before taken ecstasy unintentionally? She says yes. How did you take ecstasy unintentionally? It was in a Gatorade. When you took it unintentionally with Sean, how did it feel? Like rolling. At the time, what did you think? That we were spending a lot of time together. So in her mind, she hit the jackpot. She's being groomed and don't even know it. She's being peeled, prepped, like a chef in the kitchen. I thought we were monogamous. Was it made public? No, I was his artist, also his family, his children. Who was linked to him publicly? Kim Porter. How did Sean treat you at this time? We had fun. Your abuser is never going to start off dragging you. They're going to always start off love bombing you, making you feel like you're the only one. She thought they were monogamous until you let your guard all the way down, and then they go ham on you. What was his lifestyle like? He had all these assistants. He could get things done. He traveled quite a bit. Watch this photo. Sean and I at a strip club in New York, like 2007, 2008, Halloween. What did Sean's mood vary? How did Sean's mood vary? She said day to day. When it swung, could you describe it? Anger, zoning out. How did it impact you? Greatly. The next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face. There was also psychological abuse. He'd tell me to watch my mouth, change my face. How would he keep tabs on you? We didn't live far apart. He'd send security to come find me or a trusted assistant. Like who? Now we got some more names. David James and Christina Courtroom. Was your relationship exclusive? No. Did you see other men? Yes. Did Sean see other women? Yes. He said, I'm Puff Daddy. I was insanely jealous. Now, some people might say, well, if you were being abused, why were you jealous? Because that's how it's set up. They make you feel like you're the only one and get you insanely attached to them. And then once they get you attached, they start pulling back, playing games, low-key exposing themselves of having dealings with others to keep you wanting them and pining after them. And no, pay me attention. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment, please. Did you move to LA with him? Yes, he wanted to be close to his kids who were there. AUSA, where did you live in LA? 875 Comstock Avenue. How tall was the building? No more than 17 floors. Where did Sean live? 200 South Mapleton. Sean would use a golf cart to get back and forth. Who paid your rent in LA? Sean, except when I had the house in Studio City. Why do you pay then? I could afford it then. And I wanted to have some control. It was accepted. By whom? Sean. So she was, quote unquote, allowed to pay her own rent in one of the homes because he allowed it. How many songs did you write while with Sean? Hundreds. Most were never released. Some got leaked on the internet. Some on mixtapes. How many albums are you, or how many albums on your deal were not released? 9. She only put out 1 album. Did you get paid for them? No. The freak-offs became a job. There was no time to do anything else but do them, then try to recover. Can you? I can't even imagine the wear and tear on her body. How much time in your week would freak-offs take? The longest was 4 days. Significant periods of time. 4 days of freak-offs. All right. The judge said that we were going to take a break here, and I'm going to take a break, run and do this commercial real quick. Don't y'all go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to keep on reading the rest of this. It gets darker and darker the more we get into this thing. Don't y'all go anywhere. We will be right back.
SafeSpace, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that SafeSpace has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the SafeSpace private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the SafeSpace universe has to offer.
All right, thank you so much for rocking with me. My name is V Terrell Hill. This is SafeSpace with V Terrell Hill. you want to be notified when I come live, text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. Okay. Thank you. Y'all guys have been showing out. Thank you so much. I just need 5 of you guys to send $10 to help us reach our goal. 5 to send $10 to help us reach our goal. SafeSpace VTH is the Cash App. PayPal and Zelle is info@vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo is @vterrellhill. Cash App, SafeSpace VTH, PayPal, Zelle, info@vterrellhill.com, and Venmo @vterrellhill. If you send me something nice, I will open something nice. P.O. Box 221, Wissett, North Carolina, 27377. 221 Wissett, North Carolina, 27377. I open all gifts in front of the camera, all right? Join the private community for $2.99 a month. Click the Linktree link in the video description box of the video you're watching. If you're on YouTube, desktop, or laptop, there's a join button up under there. Moderators are putting the YouTube link in the comments as well. It is a dope private community. Email me at info@vterrellhill.com, info@vterrellhill.com. Last but not least, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. We're about 10 up under what I would love for us to get. If you are just coming on, please like this for me. Please like this video if you're just coming on and you are appreciative of this community over here, or just simply enjoying the dialogue, all right? Do me a favor and like this. It's absolutely free to like, okay? I really hope she's in treatment. If not, her husband will also be controlling her in a subtle way. Yeah. 4 days, she was a hostage, right? 4 days is a long time to be having a freak off. Her vagina, like I can't imagine how she felt physically. Her body being worn and torn, just consistent sex. That is too much. How did he develop his career if those freak offs took most of her time? How did he develop his career? It's a great question. Because, well, and now in her interview, she was saying that sometimes he would not be there, but he would be FaceTiming her, wanting to see. When other women are involved in the situation, when other women are being abused and groomed, it's very sickening to me. Absolutely it is. All right, y'all, let's keep on going. Let's keep on going here. All right, the judge took a break, so we took a break. Let's get back into it. 1:16 p.m., they're back. Judge says, welcome back. And the AUSA asks, who was your manager at Bad Boy Records? Cassie says, James Cruz. What did he tell you? That he was managing me with one hand tied behind his back. He had to check everything with Sean. How did you make money if your records weren't being released? I did hosting parties when Sean approved them. What comments did Sean make about your physical appearance? That I looked too Mexican with my hair like that? How did he like your nails? White, French tipped. Hair, it varied. I shaved my head in 2009. Your body? He told me to work out, prepare for the freak-offs. How did you feel about his comments? It varied. What else did Sean pay for? Cars? Did he give you cash? Yes, but he would take things away depending on how he felt. What else did he take away? My self-confidence. Who would take things away? Staff. Then she says, I assume staffs, and the defense says, objection. Jury would disregard that last answer, says the judge. Who took your laptop and phone? She said, security. How long would they be gone for? However long I was punished for. And this is a grown lady. Let me write this down because I'm going to say this at the end of this show, and this might going to make somebody uncomfortable. But I'm going to say it anyway. How often were you in contact with Sean's staff? She said daily. Who are in these photos? Here go Christina again and Miss Fletcher. What did you call Miss Courtroom? KK. And who is this? D-Rock, Sean's security. How frequently were you in Sean's residences? She said all the time. Did they all have safes? She said yes. What did you observe in them? Cash, jewelry, cameras, and videotapes, guns in New York, LA, and Miami, and Alpine, New Jersey. Do you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight? Yes, we were having a freak-off in LA. D-Rock came in and said Suge was down at a diner. Sean drove over there. So D-Rock is on game. What was your reaction? I cried, said, don't do something stupid. Now, let me say this. I'm very glad that she's being honest. I'm very glad that she's not trying to act like, well, I didn't like him. I wish they would have took him or killed him. I'm glad she's saying, yeah, I didn't want him to be hurt. Like she's saying when the AUSA asked her, how did she feel when he would critique her body and tell her to change things? She said, it varied. That is important because every abuser doesn't, how can I say this? I've seen y'all light people up that come out against abuse, and y'all have said, I bet you still love them, don't you? Well, I'm a victim of that. You're just a scorned lover. You were grown. If you were grown, you would have left. That is not how abuse works. By the time you get to the level where Cassie is, your soul has been so wrapped up, torn down, helpless, you feel like you don't have a choice. So I'm glad she's keeping it a buck and not trying to act like she did not care for him while it's in that abusive situation. That's why a lot of partners don't leave, because somehow or another they misconstrued care for love, for real love, as if because you care for the person, you can't walk away. Let's keep moving though. Were you ever handed a gun? Yes, we were going to a club in downtown LA. We'd taken mushrooms. I was high. I was told to put the gun in my bag. I was freaking out. Who was present? A driver, security, and Sean. Another time I saw them get dressed and grab guns and leave in an SUV. How long were they gone? 30 to 40 minutes. Let me switch topics. How soon into the relationship did Sean mention voyeurism to you? She said first 6 months or a year. How old were you? 22. Why did you agree to try a freak off? Good question. I wanted to make him happy. Where was the first freak off? One of his homes in Los Angeles. 2A627. Who is this? The first escort. Do you know his name? No. I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid? Yes, to dance and to have intercourse with me. What drugs did you take? Ecstasy and alcohol before things started. Did you disguise your appearance? Sean said we would disguise ourselves. I wore a masquerade mask. Oh, man. A masquerade mask. Where am I at? What was a session and a freak off? Until the escort finished. How many sessions was with the first escort? At least 2. Wow. How did you feel? I was high, so I didn't feel much. Dirty and confusion, and that he was happy with me. I'm so glad she's saying this. Why did you feel you couldn't say no? I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he'd shared this part of himself with me. She felt like it was something special that he was sharing with her only, and she wanted to keep it sacred, which is so interesting. How frequent did the freak-offs become? Now, this is crazy. Weekly, for a consistent amount of years. God, dog. When was your last one? 2017, 2018. How long were you awake during the freak-offs? I never slept. I took drugs, ecstasy, and Molly, cocaine. Do you recall all the freak-offs? That would be impossible. Did you want to stop? Yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have the words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. And then she says she sobs. She breaks down crying. Did you tell him you didn't want to? Yes. I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. Wow. Were you able to express your concerns to him? Objection leading. Judge asked him to rephrase. Why would you talk to him gently? I didn't want him to be angry. AUSA says, what is this? Cassie says, an email between me and Sean. What did you call him? Pop. Now, this is ludicrous. Why? He asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful. So he asked her, what do you call your grandfather? Papa. So I'm assuming he wanted her to call him by the name she called his grandfather. If this is true, I'm not the judge or jury or executioner, but if this is true, this is sick. AUSA, what did you write? I really need to F. Why did you write that? Because I wanted to be with him. AUSA says, I'll read your messages, you read yours. Sean says, you don't want to do anymore? Ventura says, I'm so predictable. Then Sean says, what did you think this meant? Then Ventura says that then the AUSA says, what do you think this meant? Then Ventura says that he knew I didn't want to do the freak offs anymore, but then I backpedaled. The AUSA says, why? To not make him angry. He could be violent. Then he asks, where do you get your outfit? She says, pleasure chest elsewhere. Did you get piercings? Yes, Sean came with me. Which of his homes did you have freak offs in? Miami, New York. What other homes? My homes, all but Studio City. And what other cities? Atlanta, Ibiza. And what hotels in New York did you have freak offs? Trump, Gramercy. Then it asks Intercontinental. She says 44th Street. Yes, I've stayed in that hotel before. Elsewhere, the Mandarin Oriental, Fontainebleau. What names were used? Jackie Starr, I used. Frank Black. What supplies for freak-offs? Astroglide, baby oil, condoms. Who brought the supplies? Security and Sean's assistants. Which brand of baby oil? Johnson's. How was it used? Sean said you need to be glistening. Jesus. Were there freak-offs where you ran out of baby oil? The defense says, objection, Your Honor, this is irrelevant. AUSA says, you also mentioned Astroglide. Same objection, irrelevant. Judge did a sidebar. AUSA comes back. We were just talking about Astroglide. How was it used? She says, lubricant. If you ran out, what? We'd call either staff or the bell desk and give them a tip. Were the freak-offs lit? Initially, it was candle, strong-smelling glade. Any other use of candle wax? A few times poured on my body. Then the AUSA says, who set the temperature of the room? Sean. I was expected to do freak-offs on my period. Did you want to do that? She says, no. AUSA says, did you want to be urinated on? Defense's objections. Judge asks grounds. Defense asked and answered. Judge overruled it. And Cassie responds, no, I did not want it. AUSA says, how did it feel? It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. And the AUSA says, why were you choking? Too much urine in my mouth. They were literally peeing in her mouth. How often did it happen? Often enough. AUSA says, which hotel charged the most for damage to the room? Ventura says the Intercontinental in New York. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money. AUSA says, back to urination. Judge says, Miss Johnson, only a few more questions. Why didn't you say no? It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men. Where did you find escorts? Initially, Craigslist. Judge said, we'll do a break. All right. So they come back. Miss Ventura, in what cities did you respond to ads on Craigslist? She said, in New York. Did you respond to ads on Backpage as well? She says, yes. Who directed you to communicate with escorts? Defense says, objection. AUSA says, who, if anyone? Defense, same objection, assumes a fact, not an evidence. AUSA, did you ever reach out to the escorts independently? And Ventura says no. Did you ever not use an escort who arrived? One couldn't perform, so Sean sent him on. What was a safe escort? Not a cop, and someone who did not run and tell everyone about their experience with us. Why not a cop? Ventura says, I learned this whole situation was not legal. Defense objection. Judge, jury would disregard that last answer. AUSA says, how did cash get there? Judge says security, or he brought it himself. AUSA says, the escort Dave, did you know his real name? She says, Clayton Howard. Who is this? He shows a photo, or they show a photo. Then Cassie says, Daniel. What service did you use? She said, a dancer service. Do you recognize Jules? She says, yes. And what cities did you have a freak off with Jules? She says, New York, Los Angeles, and Vegas. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the reason why they're able to call this trafficking? Because he was literally taking these people from different cities to do these kind of pay freak-offs, which is why I think that question is important, but y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Did you know his last name? Oh, hold on. Did you know his last name? Ventura says no. Who is this? I know him as the Punisher. Did you use drugs at every freak-off? Yes, I needed to disassociate and become emotionless. Who else used drugs at freak-offs? Sean did, sometimes the escort. What other drugs did you use? Special K, GHB, and mushrooms. I'll read Sean's part of this email. You read you. When should I take the thing? When will you be there? Sean says, pausing, you there, what do you mean? Ventura says, drugs. Sean says, I took mine, I'm flying. Then the AUSA says, what does he mean? And then Cassie says, he means he's high. Then the AUSA says, why did you take more drugs? Cassie says, to not be present with the experience. Why? Because it was something I hated. How did you react to ecstasy and MDMA? It could make me vomit. What would he say? To continue. Now, how gross is that? Even if I was the escort, I would be grossed out. This child is vomiting, and then I got to come back and have sex with her? But that money make you do some funny stuff, though. Did you want to continue to have intercourse when you wanted to vomit? She would say no. How does GHB make you feel? Drunk, tipsy. Cocaine makes my heart race. I'm not a huge fan. Mushrooms, the walls come alive. They took another break. Now they're back. When drugs ran out, how did you know who to reach out to? Ventura said Sean would tell me. During the session, how would you know to move to the next step? Sean. So he directed everything. And this is wild. What would happen after the escort finished on you? Now, are y'all listening to this part? This part gets real wacky. This part is wild. What would happen after the escort finished on you? Sean would want it put on his body in the next room. Did you do that? I did. Where? Usually on his nipples. Did you want to do that? No. So I just want to pause for a second. So these escorts would finish on Cassie. Then Cassie and Diddy, according to Cassie, would go to the next room and then put it on his nipples? Let me say this real quick. You ain't that sick, and Cassie is the only victim. Let's keep on going, though. Let's keep on going. Now, that is a sickness. That's gross. How did you feel? I was an object being heavily objectified by men. Sometimes he would watch by FaceTime. Were some sessions recorded on your devices? Because they were there. If you saw them on your device, what would you do? I would delete them. Why? They were disgusting. I never wanted anyone to see them. Were Sean's devices used sometimes? Yes, I asked him to delete them. Did he? I don't know. Did you ever leave a freak off before it was over? Yes, at the Century City Intercontinental. I finally had a premiere coming up, and I didn't want to mess it up, but Sean hit me. At what point did Sean hit you? Between sessions. What happened next? I got to the elevator. Next thing I knew, I was thrown to the ground. Who threw you down? Sean. He grabbed me by my neck and my hoodie. Let me show you the video, AUSA says. And that's the video of the hallway, hotel hallway, the elevator lobby. AUSA says, what are you doing? Trying to use the hotel phone. What is Sean doing? Taking my phone in my bag. They took another break. They took a break for the day. So they are not even nowhere near finished yet. And shout out to Inner City Press, man, because that took a lot of work to do. What we're going to do real quick, we're going to go on one more break. I'm going to give some thoughts. I'm going to read some of y'all's comments. We're going to get out of here. We've been here almost an hour. We don't need to be here this long. I do have some thoughts. So let's share them, but we're going to go on a quick break, y'all. Don't go nowhere. You don't want to miss these final thoughts and comments from those in the comments. We'll be right back.
SafeSpace, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that SafeSpace has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the SafeSpace private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the SafeSpace universe has to offer.
All right, sorry guys for that extended long break. A private community member just got the phone call about is it a kidney? They've been on the list for a kidney for a long time. They just got the phone call. That's exciting. That's exciting. So I definitely was going to answer that. All right, let me read. Hold on. Let me do this real quick before we get back into it. We got to take care of the business of the business. If you want to be notified when I come live, text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Text V Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. I come live Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday at 6:30. I also upload pre-recorded content during the day. I need 5 of you guys. If I can get 5 of you guys to send $10, we will have reached our goal today. Cash App, SafeSpace, VTH, PayPal, Zelle, info@vterrellhill.com, and the Venmo @vterrellhill. SafeSpace, VTH is the Cash App. Info@vterrellhill.com is the PayPal and Zelle, and Venmo is @vterrellhill. All right. If you send me something nice, I will open something nice. You can send it. P.O. Box 221, Wissett, North Carolina, 27377. P.O. Box 221, Wissett, North Carolina, 27377. I always open the packages in front of the camera, so it's always fun. Join the private community. We do after shows. I got to go out of town early tomorrow, but this is going to be early. We're going to finish this show early. So if we can get done in the next 30 minutes, we're going to do an after show because I'm interested in what you guys thought, and I might pull some cards as well because, I want to pull some cards, okay? But join the after show, join the private community, $2.99 a month. Click the Linktree link in the video description box of the video you're watching. Desktop, laptop, hit the join button up under the video. Moderators are putting the YouTube link in the comments as well. Email me, info@vterrellhill.com. I answer all emails. Prefer them over DMs. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and comment. All right, it's 72 likes. I would love for you guys to, there's 72 likes. I would love for you guys to get me to 100 likes before we get to the end of today's show, all right? 100 likes before we get to the end of today's show. And if you do that, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, all right? All right, thank you so much. Let's see what y'all are saying over here before we get to what I have to say. Let's see. Praise the Lord for our member. Yes, praise the Lord for our private community member. They have been going to dialysis for years now, and it's just wonderful news. Wonderful news. Oh, thank you so much for giving, guys. I just need 4 of you guys to give now. Thank you so much for giving. Praise God for the praise report. I'm praying everything goes well for the surgery recovery. God is good. Absolutely. 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 BT, you better play a praise break for that. Right. Okay. I'll play a praise break. But because I'm going to lose my, I'm going to lose my train of thought. I need to say this. I know a lot of times the only difference in Cassie and Diddy's story versus a lot of stories that I have heard and I have personally experienced is the perpetrator, the abusers, is not P. Diddy. Meaning they're not millionaires. They didn't have unlimited access to money, finances, power. They were not beefing with Suge Knight. They were not gangster. They were mere punks in positions of authority. What we read today, guys, is not uncommon. And I need to drive this point. Are we going to miss the plot? So I'm going to say it again. What we just read is not uncommon. There are some nasty people out there that are literally controlling. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. We met our goal. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. There are some nasty people out there that control their subordinates, what they wear, what they drive, where they live. They have secret sexual fetishes that they act out or allowed to be acted out on them. And the only difference is they're just not P. Diddy. I hope that this court case unleashes a firestorm on the secret channels of abuse that's in our society. Education, churches, politics, entertainment, a firestorm. Reading that transcript was not far off from what I have experienced. Now, what do I mean? It was not as heinous. It was not as dark. It was not as deviant. But the structure, the control, the power, the manipulation, the narcissism, the sexual darkness running in secrecy, the addiction is all the same. So I hope that whilst we're sort of sipping the tea of Sean P. Diddy Combs, that we are being diligent to make sure that we are not in that situation and don't know it, as well as watching out for those around us to make sure they're not in those situations. Yeah. All right, let's read some comments real quick. BT, you are correct. It's very sad have to deal with this kind of sick, controlling, dark, evil spirit. Yeah. At SafeSpace, my stomach turned upside down when she said she choked on the 2 guys' urination. Yeah, and I know that's a fetish for some people, fine. But when you are being urinated on and you do not want to be urinated on, that's one thing. In your mouth to the point that you're choking, while these 2 men see you like you're a toilet. We never consider the feelings of the commode. We never consider the feelings of the toilet. She was probably enamored with wanting to be a star, and Diddy was popping at that time. Right. That's abusers always seek out the weak. those with low self-esteem. We call it in the abuse series, the void. And I'm gonna say this. Strong what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you have voids that are not managed, you are a top candidate to be a Cassie. You better manage those voids. Oh, I am too. I hadn't even see it, but I don't think like that because people are watching on different times and it's delayed and all that kind of stuff. So you're good to go. Diddy told Wendy Williams he was in love with Cassie. How can you love someone or something you treat like that? Easily for them. Easily. I guarantee you, Diddy is thinking Cassie has turned on him. Like, all I've done for you. I guarantee you that Diddy is sitting in that defense chair like a martyr right now. You ask me how I know. Sounds like Diddy's sexual deviance progressed through the years because I can't see J-Lo and Kim Porter taking this crap. I don't know why I've always seen Kim Porter. Well, only those involved know the truth. This sounds immoral, but not illegal. Well, if it is illegal, actually, because it's slavery. If, let's just make, just in case, if Cassie is telling the truth, this is very much illegal. You cannot hold somebody hostage and make them do things outside of their will for blackmail, threaten their lives, slap, punch, kick them when they try to run away. Yeah, it's actually very illegal, especially the part where he was taking these escorts from city to city. That's trafficking. Yeah. So you didn't hear the part about him rubbing the escort semen on himself after the escorts released on Cassie and he was beating his meat because his semen was on him? We read, I Am Talisha, we read that part. Diddy's new attorney, Brian Steele, was Young Thug's attorney. He's brilliant, but I don't see Diddy being found not guilty, and he cost a fortune. I am not really that hip on this kind of news, so I didn't even know Brian Steele joined them. This man has to be a skinwalker because ain't no way humans desire this kind of pleasure. Yes, they do. A lot of humans do. More humans than probably what we know do, in my opinion, actually. I understand why I don't understand why them kids were there for this. That's why I was ranting and raving in the beginning of the show. Why would you have these kids, specifically those girls, within 100-mile radius of that courthouse? Unless you feel like you are a martyr. Do you all really think that Diddy could do all that stuff he did and don't feel justified? That man, I guarantee you that man don't feel like he caught. He felt like the system turned against him. I've been there for all these people. Now everybody quiet. I was there for Cassie. I loved her. Now what's she doing to me? Can I make it make more sense? EJ was my little brother. Levante was jealous of me. Vincent was crazy. It's all the same. The narcissist will become a martyr quick. So he probably ain't even considered the fallout, because one thing they ain't gonna do is protect their community. It's gonna be all about them. Hold on. Tarsha, you know about the Punisher? He's a male stripper from Brooklyn. Wow. I'm not even going to ask you how you know about the Punisher, Tarsha. Justin and Christian Combs know about their dad's dark side. He doesn't feel like it. No, I would bet every dime I'm going to make from now until I close my eyes for real that Sean P. Diddy Combs don't feel an ounce of remorse, and he feels like the world is picking on him. This is dark and sick. Do you think she could have walked away? No, she couldn't have. No, she could not have had. And there had to be some kind of exchange of power for her to walk away when she did. Cassie did not walk away without Sean either being preoccupied by another Cassie, done with her, used up. But she didn't just walk away just because one day, I got my freedom. And not in my opinion. Now, Justin and Christian Combs know about their dad's dark side. Now, Christian, remember, there is an open lawsuit, unless it's been closed since the last time I checked, on Christian for sneaking drugs in a girl's drink, and it was caught on camera. Where do you think he got that from? The double anointing of his father. This is a mess. Now, what's interesting is if they're not going to go, Diddy did not operate alone. Though I guess it don't work like that where you sort of like get everybody. But it sort of bothers me that so many people that we, for example, Dallas Austin, who was a great producer. It's like these people that knew what was going on, how it seems like they're going to get away with it. And it'll just be Diddy who goes down. I don't like that, but I guess I got to deal with it. But let me tell you this, though. Nobody gets away with it. The universe is fair. The universe operates on justice, balance, and judgment comes to bring justice. Abusive men seek out women who don't have male influence in their life. My daddy would have skull drag Diddy in 5 o'clock traffic on Christmas Day. Yeah. Now, I remember reading that one time Cassie called her father, and when the daddy came or somebody came, he was like, I'll ruin her career. So then he backed up because I guess he thought her career was more important than her life. Now, let me say this. I want to take out gender. The abusive person seeks out other people who don't have enough influence in their life. Now, and if they do, let me tell you the first thing an abusive person will do, and I'm about to be a little shady because I can't. Move to my city. I'm going to separate you from your surroundings. Hang out with me. Come with me. I don't allow everybody around me. But you around me, but now you can't be out here with everybody else if you're with me. You're going to make me look bad. I can help you. Let me mentor you. Let's connect. Why are you dealing with them? Cut them off. The abusive person looks for the other person with voids, and that can be easily manipulated and hones in on them, snips all of their external influences off, and make them feel like they're on an island with just them and the abuser, and then they bite. Yeah. Then they bite. But I get what you're saying. Now, I agree with what you're saying, Creole Lady, but I don't want this just to be capped to just men against women, women against women, men against men. It's a person thing. Hello to all. Gene Deal is surely clearing his conscience. He's reporting all things through Christ who strengthens him. The problem I have, Trina McDonald, first of all, hey, Trina, the problem I have with this is it's almost as if everybody, let's just say something happened to my alleged enemy. I don't even feel like calling his name right now. And then after it happens, now everybody want to come out the woodwork with a let me tell you what the truth is. No, you don't get to clear your soul after the block is hot. Now Diddy in jail, or he's not as powerful as he used to be. Now it's more convenient. And maybe I'm being too hard. I don't know if it counted like that. I don't know. Do you believe that Bishop Jake's name is going to be involved in this case? I absolutely, positively do not believe Thomas Dexter Jakes has anything to do with this at all. Never been a shed of proof, never been a shed of anything. Everybody was like, oh, Bishop Jakes is getting nervous because the Diddy case is coming out. The Diddy trial. What Cassie gonna be like? And one of the escorts was a guy named Big Dexter. What does he look like? A big old round guy, had a voice like this. And right before he bust, he would be like, woman, thou art loose. Woman, thou art loose. No. Okay, hold on. I can't cut up on this. Jesus. I'm sorry. Strike that off the record. Strike that off the record. No. All right. Read more comments. Let me get I bet he paid Cassie's parents off big time. There had to be something for them to back up. And sometimes it's just manipulation. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got caught up. I'm sorry. Gene has been talking and doing interviews on Diddy for 10 years. Oh, has he? Okay. Fair enough. Now, I know from my parents felt helpless because they felt like if they intervened, it would draw a gap between them and I, which was true. Okay. Does anybody know where that Caucasian child is? She came on the scenes and now she's missing. Nobody knows. All right, guys. I know I'm not able to read all the comments like back in the day. We used to read every single comment that dropped. What if the name P. Diddy derived from the sexual escapades? He has changed his name throughout the years with purpose, so I wonder. I don't even know. He had a Bible today. Yeah, I heard that he was like had a Bible and he was all like caught up with it. I remember, I'm not even about to get in here. All right, guys, we're done because if there's any ounce of an after show, I got to stop now. We'll do a quick after show like we did yesterday. Did we do a quick after? I think we did a quick after show like we did yesterday. I got to travel 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I got to turn back around and get back here so I can be live on tomorrow night because I'm going to try to do a fiver this week, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. I'm going to try to do a fiver. So let's go ahead and get out of here so we can touch the after show real quick. Come with questions because I think I'm going to do some card pulling. I'm going to do a little bit of card pulling today because I have not done an official 10 toes down prediction on the Diddy stuff. I remember being asked questions during one of the shows, but I'm a little bit sharper than I was back then, months ago. So let's go for a round here, all right? So I will be live in the after show at 11:20. 11:20, I'll be live on the after show, okay? Let's do these announcements and get on out of here. If you want to be notified when I come live, text V-Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658. Text V-Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 to be notified when I come live. Thank you guys so much for helping us reach the goal today. You have no idea how much of a blessing that is. But if you want to give, you can continue. SafeSpace is Cash App is SafeSpace VTH. PayPal and Zelle is info@vterrellhill.com. And the Venmo is @vterrellhill. SafeSpace VTH is the Cash App. PayPal and Zelle is info@vterrellhill.com. And the Venmo is @vterrellhill. P.O. Box 221 Wisset, North Carolina 27377 is the P.O. Box address. Send me something nice. I will open something nice. Appreciate you guys in advance for that. Join the private community. It's really dope over there, guys. If y'all come to the after shows, you're going to love it. I did a Yapulations today. It was about 30 minutes long. I started off real wild and then came right back around to a very solemn, sober place. Those Yapulations are dope. Email me info@vterrellhill.com, info@vterrellhill.com. I answer all emails. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hey, pre-play gang, I need your help with these likes because they're a little low today. I would like to have at least get to 100 likes, all right? All right, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Let's see what y'all are saying in here. Yes, Gene is integral. Gene is integral. Wonder if he will get called to the witness stand. Jaguar White has been courtside speaking. I know Jaguar has been out of her mind lately. What's up? What's up, Janice? How you doing, man? How you doing? Let me go grab my deck. Oh, Creole lady, you got a deck too? I didn't know that. TC Craig, but what proof have we seen that he has done anything wrong? Y'all must be talking about Diddy. Let's see here. VT, make sure you grab your snack. Whatever, Angel Heart. None, but I still ain't ruling him. Okay, y'all talking about Diddy. Y'all talking about Diddy. Trina McDonald, I always love your commentary and open-mindedness and soundness, Mr. Trina, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before we go, we did a good praise break for our good old private community member who got the phone call. I ain't hit the button in so long. Let me get the right button. Hold on. Praise God. We praise God.
SafeSpace, refuge for growth and healing. Want to be connected to all that SafeSpace has to offer? Join our email community. Stay in the loop with inspirational insights and updates. Join our email community and connect with like-minded individuals on the path to self-discovery. Sign up now.
Find your tribe in a safe, supportive space. Join the SafeSpace private community and connect with others who get it. We're waiting for you. Stay connected wherever you are with lives and video drops. Text V-Terrell Hill to 833-458-3658 for instant updates and powerful insights. Join the text community now. Curious about what's next? Book an intuitive tarot reading with V-Terrell Hill and get the clarity you need. Your future awaits. Heal from within and transform your life. Schedule a soul healing consultation and take the first step towards wholeness. Start your journey today.
Click the Linktree link inside of the description box connected to this video for all of what the SafeSpace universe has to offer.
Hey! That's what I do. How you get out of that stuff you be in? I know how to pray.